Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Do people, to our friends in the Zoom room, can you hear me okay?
Perfectly well, thank you.
Yeah, okay, great. So welcome to Montclair State University. Thank you all for coming. I know we have a much larger audience streaming than we do in this specific room. Thanks COVID. This event has been a long time coming. But we are thrilled to have so many attendees here, both in person and online, for the culmination of this very special collaborative project between our university and the University Vaud-Montagne. And all of it is part of International Education Week, which we are celebrating right now. I'm Kathleen Loyson. I'm Associate Professor of French in the Department of World Languages and Cultures. And you're going to be hearing a whole lot in our video about how this project came to be, so I won't repeat that story now, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank a number of very important colleagues who helped bring this project to fruition. First is Domenica Dominguez, who's no longer with us here at the university. She just left her position as Director of International Academic Initiatives. We all miss her, and she is the one who brought to my attention the existence of a grant opportunity with the FACE Foundation. The Transitioning to Virtual Exchange COVID-19 Relief Fund. FACE is the French American Cultural Exchange Foundation, and is supported by the cultural services of the French Embassy in the US, as well as the US Embassy in France. My liaison at FACE was Ms. Katrine Gephardt, and I'm so grateful to her and the foundation for their financial and moral support. Thanks to this grant, I was able to partner with my two faculty counterparts at UVM, Dr. Sophie Hachemul and Dr. Laurine Francois, whom you will meet shortly. And through whom I had the pleasure to meet Dr. Lucy Edwards and Dr. Sabine Saint-Champ, who were guest lecturers during the project. We've been working so closely together over the last year, it's hard to believe we've never actually met in person, Sophie and Laurine. Next, I'd like to thank Dean Peter Kingstone for his enthusiastic support of the project, along with the grants offices at MSU and UVM, without whom none of this would have happened. I'd like to thank the media and tech teams on both campuses, headed here at MSU by Dr. AJ Kelton and his main woman, Jenny Young, who hopefully is arriving soon, and at UVM by Mr. Régis Delerue. Your expertise and guidance were crucial. I learned so much about B-roll and editing and subtitling and rendering videos. I might want to start a whole new career. But don't tell my chair, Dr. Lois Oppenheim, who is in Israel this week, or my colleagues the rest of my colleagues in world languages, without whom I would also like to thank for their unwavering encouragement. I'd also like to thank Dr. James Mansour and Mr. Steve Davanti from the New Jersey Historical Society for inviting our class to your archives, and for giving us such a wonderful lecture and hands-on experience, and for coming here today. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank the students, all of the students on both sides of the Atlantic, for your patience, your enthusiasm, your laughter, your insights, and your efforts. You are the ones that we do this for, and you are the ones who are at the center of this project. We'll have the chance to meet just 4 of these students during the panel discussion after the film, and I'll introduce them at that time. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce Dr. Peter Kingstone, the Dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, who would like to say a few words. And we will then hear from Dr. Antoine Hervé, who is Vice President of International Relations at UVM. Peter. Thank you.
Thank you, folks. Thanks all for coming. Thank you for staying up late in France to join us. I'm really delighted that you're here. I won't take up a lot of your time. I'm as eager to see this video and hear the discussion as you are. I just want to, first of all, thank, of course, all the folks here at Montclair State who made this happen. I want to thank all the people at the Université de Vaud-Montagne for their support, their collaboration, the 2 embassies, of course, and most importantly, to the students who produced this. I just want to take a second and say why I'm so excited about this project. And when Kate approached me about supporting it, I enthusiastically threw my hat in the ring. One is the obvious thing. So Kate said, thank you, COVID. That was kind of ironic, but the non-ironic version of this is it's reminded us that there actually is technology that we can incorporate into the classroom and allow us to reach out and meet people and exchange with people that we might never actually meet. And especially as someone who's worked internationally, the idea of getting students across different national borders to work together and to meet each other and to talk to each other is extraordinarily important. So thank you, COVID, for getting us to think about new creative ways to introduce technology into the classroom. The second that I'm really excited about is that I'm a great believer that the only way you come to really understand your own society is through comparison with other societies. And to bring students together to grapple with one of the really great and pressing social justice issues that we're really seeing in different manifestations all over the world is really wonderful, really important. It teaches you a great deal about another society, but it also gets you to look at your own society in ways that you might not have otherwise. And it helps you to see across cultural borders and national borders and recognize that we as a people, all humans across the entire globe, share a common set of problems, concerns, and principles that bind us as human beings. The last thing I want to emphasize, I think is really exciting, is that as we move into the 21st century, a lot of us, I think, are recognizing that the old model of education, where I stand and project my wisdom out to you and you receive it and then write an essay, is really not fit for purpose in the 21st century. And a project which really invites students in to be co-creators and co-discoverers and co-producers of knowledge is really, really exciting and is disruptive of the ways that we think about education. And so I'm on that note, I'm going to stop again. Thank you, students. Thank you, faculty, for producing this experience. And now I'm going to take a seat and I want to sit back.
Thank you, Peter. Dr. Apte,
Yes, thank you very much, Kathleen.
joining
Thank
us
you,
from
Peter.
overseas.
Good. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Okay, well, thank you very much. Good afternoon, I think it is for you. I'm calling from Germany myself. I'm not in Bordeaux, next to my, close to my colleagues and friends, but I'm supposed to be in the closing, to be attending a closing dinner at this very moment. But thanks to you, I'm escaping German cuisine for a while. So plus, seriously, I wouldn't have missed this important event for anything. Our president is currently on a plane back to Bordeaux, but I told him I would be with you tonight, and he was proud and supportive and told me to sort of brief him on when I come back to Bordeaux on how things went. And as I was saying, I wanted to be here because I think this project is a very important and beautiful project. I mean, as Peter said, it's to start with, it beat the pandemic. I mean, it beat COVID. You know, it allowed students, in spite of the difficulties we've been through in the past few months, you know, to do something, to build something together with students from the US, and that's very precious. That's unique, and we're very grateful to everyone who was involved in the project for having given our students this opportunity. A project which is both cross-cutting and cutting edge. I mean, we learned a lot from the technology. You master much better than we do. I think we have to admit, and we managed to create. I mean, to bring this project to fruition and completion, thanks to the help of so many people, support staff at International Relations Office, technical staff, faculty, especially my colleagues Sophie and Laurine from the Applied Languages Department, one of our departments which offers programs on cultural diversity and languages, which are one of our, one of our major angles at Bordeaux Montaigne University. And a project which finally demonstrates that our two institutions, our two universities, are able to work together and build very successful projects and offer very exciting things to our students, to both our student populations. And I think that it also shows that they should continue to work together and continue to build and to come up with innovative ideas, such as the one that we are witnessing tonight. So congratulations and thanks to all the persons involved in this project, and first and foremost to Sophie and Laurine, through whom I first heard of it, and to Delphine at our international office, who from the very beginning offered to liaise and to support the project with daily meetings with Sophie and Laurine. We have to thank the FACE Foundation, of course, because without their financial support, none of this would have been able to come to completion. And again, thanks to beyond my French colleagues, to these new colleagues at Montclair, to Kathleen, to AJ, whom I've just now discovered on the screen, and who I would really like to continue working with and to meet in person, because this German meeting I'm attending now is the first we've had in more than a year, and believe me, it makes a difference when you can actually shake people's hands and speak to people and observe their eyes and body language and communicate more sort of intimately and efficiently with them. So I do hope our students and our faculty and our staff can meet sometime soon and build other great projects like this one. So congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Elkins. Okay, so we will show our film now, after which we will have a break, and then we will continue on for our panel discussion. So I want to say just one quick thing. So for accessibility reasons here at Montclair State, all of the captions are going to be in English, right? So the film itself, people are speaking in French and in English, and you'll also hear a smattering of other languages. But everything is going to be captioned out over YouTube in English. So that I think covers just about everybody except perhaps some French people who don't speak English who might be watching, but I'm not sure. There's too many of those that are involved in the project. So without further ado, our project.